In an old wooden drawer, hidden beneath yellowed maps, lay a letter that was never opened, and the man who wrote it was never found. If you love quiet, forgotten stories from history, please like this video and subscribe so these voices are never lost. Before the days of telephones, before the days when news traveled in seconds, there were letters. Slow, fragile, ink-stained letters, carried by horse, by train, by hand. This story begins in the winter of 1864, in a small Missouri town where the post office sat at the corner of a muddy street. The war had been raging for 3 years now. The air smelled of wood smoke, and the sound of boots crunching over frost was all too common. The postmaster, a quiet man named Elias Turner, had a habit of working late, long after the lamps in town went dark. His little post office still glowed with candlelight. The shelves were lined with stacks of envelopes, some addressed to soldiers far away, others waiting for someone who would never return. One bitter January night, a package arrived from a battlefield hospital in Tennessee. Inside was a folded letter. The ink faded, the paper soft from damp. The envelope bore no stamp, just a name. To Mary Whitfield, Franklin, Missouri. But Mary Whitfield no longer lived there. She had moved west 2 years earlier. No forwarding address. No way to deliver the letter. Elias placed it in the unclaimed drawer, where it rested among dozens of other forgotten messages. But something about this letter stayed in his mind. Weeks later, when the night was silent, Elias finally broke the seal. Inside, a soldier's handwriting, trembling, uneven. My dearest Mary, by the time you read this, I may be gone. The river here is cold, the air thick with smoke. We march at dawn. I dream of home, of your voice. If I cannot come back, know that I thought of you until my last breath. There was no signature. Elias folded the paper again, and for years, he kept it. Through the end of the war, through the slow fading of the town, through the closing of shops and the silence of winter streets. Decades later, long after most had forgotten the war, the Franklin post office was one of the last in the county still open. And the letter still sat in that. History leaves behind more than names and dates. It leaves behind whispers. What would you have done with the letter? Let me know in the comments. And until next time, sleep well.